The rest of the dominoes will fall like a house of cards. Checkmate.
Episode 12, When Aliens Attack, is an episode that gets a little meta.
Well, it's a Fox affiliate.
As Fox sitcoms and the people who watch them are put on blast for being the mindless drones they are. This episode's title could be a play on Fry's favorite kind of TV shows.
I prefer programs of the genre World's Blankiest Blank,
with shows like When Animals Attack being in that category. For me, I get more of a Mars Attacks vibe from this title. We meet the Omicronians and get plenty of laughs, so let's get started and be sure to stick around to the end of the video for a vote for best moment of the episode.
I've had it with this game. I'm going for a scuttle.
Welcome to the Hip Joint, where Futurama fans get in free. The cold open starts with a flashback to 1999 as Fry is making a pizza delivery to a Fox TV station.
Well, it's a Fox affiliate.
Where they are airing the season finale of Single Female Lawyer.
Your Honor, it's bad enough to proposition a single female lawyer in court, but this is a unisex bathroom.
Unfortunately, only 30 seconds into the episode, Fry carelessly spills a beer and knocks Fox off the air.
like anyone on Earth cares.
The camera then zooms out into the galaxy, passing the Voyager space satellite, all the way to Omicron Persei 8, over 1,000 light years away. This is where we see the Omicronians for the first time. There is Lur.
This is an outrage! I demand to know what happened to the plucky lawyer and her compellingly short garment!
And his wife Indunda.
It is true what they say. Women are from Omicron Persei 7, men are from Omicron Persei 9.
We see them watching the episode Fry just knocked off the air, and this little technical difficulty makes Fox put on,
"We now bring you 8 animated shows in a row."
And I just want to point out how ridiculous this room is. These are two very large creatures. Why are they in this tiny room, on a tiny couch, watching a tiny TV, with this completely useless tiny side table? It just doesn't make any sense. But what does make sense is the cutouts they have in the doorways for their horns.
Horns are a sign of virility. Also, they house my testes.
And I don't know what their mice equivalent looks like, but they must have horns too, because they also get a cutout. When the human species finally achieves interplanetary commerce, the phrase shop local will have a whole new meaning. But something that is always local, free, and proudly made on Earth is your ability to hit that like and subscribe button. Another Looney Tunes cartoon, Daffy the Commando from 1943, is this episode's opening cartoon. The episode starts with Hermes invoking Bob Marley's ghost.
In the name of Bob Marley's ghost, get to work, you lazy boat bag!
As he reprimands Fry and Bender for their laziness.
Oh! Hey, quit it, Hermes. It's Labor Day.
Until he learns that it's Labor Day. And Hermes is the type of guy who does everything by the books, even when the books say take the day off.
Hot damn, a day off!
I just don't know if he needs to be stripping down like this in the office. Everyone heads out for one last beach trip, except Fry, who wants to stay and watch TV. Leela then informs him that he is covered in bed sores. My first vote for best moment.
Everyone's too polite to say anything, but you're covered with bed sores.
Not covered.
They all head to Monument Beach, named for all the different monuments that were stolen by a supervillain governor from the 2600s, who I'm imagining doing a heist similar to Vector from Despicable Me when he stole the pyramid. Because this guy stole the Sphinx from Egypt. He also got the Big Ben clock from London, the White House, Randy's Donuts, which is a famous donut shop that has been featured in multiple movies and music videos, Mount Rushmore, with the Leaning Tower of Pisa blocking what seems to be an extra head.
Truly a great man. Look at him up there.
And the giant heads of Easter Island. Everyone is enjoying their day at the beach. Bender and Hermes are playing a strange version of hide and seek.
Found you! Okay.
And the professor uses his head while playing some volleyball.
Come on, Zoidberg, I passed it right to you.
Now this scene always confused me. Bender was knowingly grilling burgers in his chest cavity, adding a grill to the list of all the things his magic compartment can do. It's only after he takes offense to Fry's backhanded compliment,
just like my dad used to make, until McDonald's fired him,
and utters a variation of his catchphrase,
Bite my red-hot, glowing ass. I'll be right back.
that he decides to run into the ocean to cool off.
Oh, yeah.
Nibbler gets hungry and a little frisky with Amy, causing her to need a new top. And a technology this universe has that I'm all for is spray-on clothes. Amy uses it here to replace her missing top. And this is another trope of Amy's, along with saying made-up words.
Apparently some idiot spilled Coke on the transmitter.
beer. I would think.
Because multiple times throughout the show, Amy will receive an insult and take offense to the completely wrong part.
There. How do I look?
Like a cheap French harlot.
French?
Now, while Zoidberg is out for his scuttle,
I've had it with this game. I'm going for a scuttle.
he gets caught in a crab trap. Luckily, Bender is also out for a stroll after he cooled off.
I'll be right back. Ow, 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 ow.
He helps break Zoidberg out
I'll never survive in here. I'm too pretty.
just before dropping another.
Cheese it!
Everyone gathers around Fry's magnificent sandcastle,
This is the kind of castle King Arthur would have lived in if he were a fiddler crab.
and just before snapping the picture, the beach is invaded by alien spaceships. The alien invasion is very similar to the movie Independence Day, as the attack on the White House is the same as in the movie, along with all the other monuments being destroyed, even Fry's sandcastle.
No!
Back at the Planet Express building, we can see the scale of the invasion over the city, and things are looking grim.
We're all gonna die, aren't we?
But the professor has reason to believe this invasion might be in his favor.
All they did was force the most intelligent of us to pair off and mate continuously. Oh, yes.
This is when Linda introduces the president of Earth, McNeil, as he addresses the world on the need for complete surrender.
The time has come to knuckle under, to get down on all fours and really lick boot. Give our alien masters whatever they want.
Then a transmission comes in from Lur,
Of the planet Omicron Persei 8.
which is how this man will always introduce himself. In this transmission, he demands McNeil, and only McNeil. And I feel like I haven't had to make this point in a few episodes, but this whole situation could have been avoided if Lur had simply said, "We demand Jenny McNeil." Either way, the confusion causes the president to decide to fight for the planet by sending in Zap Brannigan, with tales of another one of his so-called victories.
Fresh from his bloody triumph over the pacifists of the Gandhi Nebula.
This is when Zap drafts all available ships into his fighting force, some might say Space Force, while also urging,
Anyone without a ship should secure a weapon and fire wildly into the air.
the Space Force gathers at the Nimbus, which, if this is all the available ships on Earth, that's a pretty small Space Force. And why is Bender the only robot here? There have to be millions of robots on Earth whose patriotism chips were activated. Where are they? And as Zap is laying out the mission objective,
Remember, our mission is simple. Destroy all aliens.
Kif pipes in, reminding him that he's an alien. And I actually agree with Zap. Just destroy Kif if you have to.
Nobody destroy Kif. Unless you have to.
Zap, being the decorated captain that he is, already has this battle won in his mind. And we think Zap is an idiot, but maybe him putting all these game references together is some kind of 4D chess move.
If we can hit that bullseye, the rest of the dominoes will fall like a house of cards. Checkmate.
No, he's just an idiot, because this line definitely goes into the vote for best moment.
If we can hit that bullseye, the rest of the dominoes will fall like a house of cards. Checkmate.
Fry interrupts to suggest sending in the robots first, right before Bender starts to choke him. Animated in a similar style to Matt Groening's other show, The Simpsons, when Homer chokes Bart.
You little, I'll teach you to laugh at something that's funny.
Zap proposes Leela one more time,
You'd like to make love to me, in case one of us doesn't come back.
with Leela having this snappy comeback.
Maybe we should wait till afterwards, in case neither of us comes back.
Then Zap does this weird salute, Like, what even is this?
Here's hoping. Mwah.
The attack on the mothership is made to resemble the attack on the Death Star from Star Wars: A New Hope, with Fry's look being similar to Luke Skywalker's from that battle. Fry likens himself to Uhura or Captain Janeway from the TV show Star Trek.
I'm gonna be a science fiction hero, just like Uhura or Captain Janeway.
Now, it's been established, quite definitively, that Zap is an idiot.
Comets, the icebergs of the sky.
But either the aliens based the design for their spaceships off the Hubble telescope,
Then what did we just blow up?
The Hubble telescope.
or it's just a coincidence that they look exactly the same, and was shooting at and destroying Earth ships.
Stop exploding, you cowards!
Leela decides to dip out of the second battle against the real alien mothership and heads back to Earth, where the professor was interviewing their replacements.
You'll be the alcoholic, foul-mouthed... Oh, God!
We want McNeil. Stop stalling.
Everyone on Earth has had enough of President McNeil's crap and hand him over to the Omicronians.
Here he is! Come and get him!
This is when everyone in the show finally realizes what we've known this whole time.
You are not McNeil.
Huh?
Lur just casually vaporizes the president for being the wrong McNeil.
She wears miniskirts and is promiscuous.
Really?
It's after Lur threatens to raise Earth's temperature
By 1 million degrees a day for 5 days.
Fry makes the connection to which McNeil they are looking for.
Wait, I know her.
You do not, you big fat liar.
Fry was shown to be an expert at being a filthy slob in episode 8. Now his expertise of wasting his life watching TV
You're covered with bed sores.
Not covered.
makes him decide to try and write an ending for the episode.
I could be an acting coach.
Let's put on a show.
This set went up rather quickly, and this whole plan only works because the Omicronians don't ever notice the different actors and cardboard cutout people.
I'll see you during the recess.
What I'm assuming is a different courtroom, because remember, Fry only saw the scene in the bathroom, not to mention the episode resuming nowhere near where it left off.
Could you repeat that last part?
Nevertheless, Fry's misunderstanding of how long it takes normal people to read and write things is my final entry to the vote for Best Moment.
You only wrote 2 pages of dialogue.
Well, it took an hour to write. I thought it would take an hour to read.
This is when Leela throws in a twist no one saw coming.
Your Honor, will you marry me?
And I guess the Omicronians think TV shows are real people in real time because they call in and demand a less confusing resolution to the episode.
So shall you remain, or else.
Fry's meta-commentary on sitcom viewers is pretty accurate.
TV audiences don't want anything original. They want to see the same thing they've seen 1,000 times before.
And Bender drops this,
What you talking about, Fry?
a reference to Gary Coleman's favorite catchphrase from his show Different Strokes.
What you talking about, Willis?
Fry ends the episode with the professor giving this Oscar-worthy death scene.
For you see, I'm dying. Cough, then fall over dead. My God, he's dead.
Luckily, this ending is satisfactory enough for the Omicronians, who seem to enjoy mediocre weeknight television.
We now bring you 8 animated shows in a row.
The episode ends with Fry reminding us that we like our sitcoms to end just how they began, with everything back to normal. The joke being the city on fire in the background, which is not how the episode began. But I'd be willing to bet everything will be back to normal by the beginning of the next episode. And now, to end this video in its normal way, let's vote for best moment of the episode. Is it Fry's desire to sit on the couch and watch TV?
Fry, you're wasting your life sitting in front of that TV. You need to get out and see the real world.
But this is HD TV. It's got better resolution than the real world.
Everyone's too polite to say anything, but you're covered with bed sores.
Not covered.
Zap's pep talk to the troops.
The alien mothership is in orbit here. If we can hit that bullseye, the rest of the dominoes will fall like a house of cards. Checkmate.
Or Fry's script writing skills.
Getting back to the matter, if it please the court, Fry, there's nothing else here. You only wrote 2 pages of dialogue.
Well, it took an hour to write. I thought it would take an hour to read.
Vote now or comment your favorite moment down below.